box.
Nobody say anything messed up for a second. I'm gonna put the headphones on it. Okay, ready? When they walk on top of it, what do you hear? What is that? What is that sound? What does it sound
It's Daddy.
like? What is it? A stinky raccoon? Yeah. It's called a whoopee cushion. When someone steps on it, it makes a farting sound. I feel like this is like derelict father stuff. Like I'm playing Lethal Company, exposing her to this whoopee cushion. She's literally sitting on the lid of the garbage can next to my chair. What if I popped it out of the garbage can? Like if I stepped on the pedal? Okay, ready? Oh, it didn't work.
Why are you bloody?
Because he killed me.
Still though?
This is almost
I guess.
too.
Are they in the cables?
I didn't see Ruka. Where's Ruka? Hang on, I think we got another puzzle. It says, what sound does a horse make? Hee-haw! Guys, I promise she gets these ones right most of the time. Yes! Yeah, they said yes! Yay! Yay. I'm kind of out of material.
I'm running out of questions too, bro. I'm really trying.
You know what you could do? Type, put like 1 + 2 on it and see what she says, right? Ready? Okay. What's the answer to this? It's not 1 + 1, it's 1 plus. 1 + 3 is... Whoa! Can you say it into the microphone? Yay!
Hey.
Yeah, it says yes! Wow! I'm just waiting for you to put like, 3 divided by 8 times. Yay!
Yeah, what's the absolute value of 2 - 6?
No, shut up.
Oh, wait, was that... You got that one wrong?
Yeah, Paula got it wrong.
No, it's a reference. What? Shut up.
Paula doesn't know absolute values.
No, you didn't know absolute value.
Okay, give me one right now.
What's the absolute value of -42?
42.
Oh, yay!
Now it's for you, kid.
Yay! See, how do you like being patronized?
Oh my god, I was on the emote wheel, man. I was freaking out. I'm trying to do something else.
All right, how do we save this up?
Oh, we gotta go up to this guy. Good thing you didn't go in, man. There was a Jack in the Box in one and a Nutcracker in the other.
Yeah, that Nutcracker would scare her too. She might remember the experience of watching the ballet. Did you like the Nutcracker? What? You don't like the Nutcracker? What's wrong with the Nutcracker? Why didn't you like it? Was it too long?
Smells like beef.
Might be a little too long for a 3-year-old, but
Yeah.
I smell like beef.
okay. So I should.
Well, have fun.
Yeah, thank you for
yeah.
babysitting with me.
Lethal's
Yeah.
back.
Lito's back.
I'm just waiting to see what he's writing, man. That's like this is our goodbye. Oh, you know what? I mean,
I don't know how to do it.
What does this say? You know what this is? know what this is? It's a smiley face. All of them are saying goodbye, bye-bye, goodbye. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye bye.
Bye bye, goodbye.
That's a wave. This is a person waving. They did say hello. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Can I what? Yeah, I'll go out of my office. Make sure mommy's ready to start work so I can, not complicated. Okay. We just need to talk for a couple minutes until mommy's ready. Don't take my icicles. Don't take my icicles. What are you doing to my icicles? Hey.
That was fun. Good games, guys.
Good games.
I'm gonna go torture Pokemon.
He's playing Pal World. Pal World.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm giving them guns.
Ooh.
Pal World? Pal World is
Okay.
like, it's Pokemon, but for grown-ups. My friend
Abagoo,
Corey is
would you?
playing it.
You too, my king.
Pal World.
Bye-bye.
Pal World. You know what Pal means?
How many... Oh, Ryan's still here.
Everybody's still here.
I'm a what?
Hang on, I'll look at his stream.
I'm a jumbler?
Oh, he's still got his headset. Maybe we should leave.
Maybe he should leave, you know? He's got a mixer. Maybe they can't hear us at all.
Say something mean to my friends?
No.
Still just in the Discord, huh?
Hey, you jerks.
Hey man, you can do whatever you want.
I swear to you, the thing she said before I was unmuted was, say something mean to your friends.
What? Because you hit us with the sign, bro. She's got it in her head that you hate us.
She's going down the dark side path.
No, I am not.
You have to buy her a red lightsaber, man.
No. What's your favorite color? Purple. She's in a sarcastic phase. Her favorite color is not purple. It's very different. It's pink.
Maybe it changed. You don't know that.
No,
Purple's
no
very
shot.
close to pink.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Sorry, I just hung up. Okay, I'm gonna send them over to mommy. Can you say bye-bye? Goodbye. Say see you Monday. Bye-bye. See you Monday.
Canadian dollar 0.745. Oh boy. Do I have a sore body? Winter weather shuts schools in BC again after Vancouver's snowiest day since 1996. I was right, as if this is the snowiest day that I have experienced ever since I came here, and guess what, I was right. We can't bet on anything.
Bet is Florida's sportsbook. Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now.
Sonic, please. Do that first and shield it.
Oh, bad timing on that parry.
Wow.
I'm in a freeze frame to mess up his timing there. Just got hit by that boom.
Yeah.
Big shot. Yeah, let's go.
Make that man guess, bro.
Red Bull commentate blood, sweat and tears. I've been doing this for years. No slouch of a goal here. Despite not seeing him much this season, Jarvis.
Did you return the favour?
Cycles haven't been kind, have they?
Trash got perfect in the first game. He got
look
perfect
so
this
bad.
one. You returned the favour.
Had a
It's
feeling
gonna change.
you'd be
Oh,
here.
he brings it out here.
The
Brings out
cycles
the
haven't been
tertiary
kind, have
character.
they?
Moon Melissa, yes, he's actually been down
Don't look
with
so
Melissa. He brought
bad.
her around back at versus fighting.
I did everything.
I mean, he played Apple.
Everything you ever asked.
Very good.
I know you did.
He played
I executed the plan.
Street Fighter 5.
As you saw it.
I kind of associate Melissa.
Promise.
I mean, you've never played
change the
Abigail, but he
world
likes these
together.
big, burly, obnoxious characters.
Mobile grapplers, man.
I know.
For me, there's a
I understand that. I took the system to its maximum potential. I created the perfect system. Thing perfection.
But it does
Is
Shaq
that
know
it's
the way he
unknowable?
does. These guys
It's
played
impossible, but it's
versus
also
10s, sevens
right
with
in front of
Big Bird
all
played a
time.
ton with problems. No cancel on that.
I
Target
know that
combo.
because I did. But I created.
In the forward throw, he can close the gap.
I'm
Try
sorry.
to bait a flash kick.
Nice ground rush. Was that guaranteed?
That's a punish counter, so
What a choice. Good to know what buttons you can get those guaranteed because ground rush is so sparingly available. Oh, this throw and gets back on and gets burnt out.
burnout's not looking too good here. Guy rushes into a sonic boom, another punish counter throw there for Shaq.
health there. No, where are you going? You forget it exists when you see these characters running around the screen, but it does.
And Shax with some fortuitous throws, then finishes things off.
Balances it.
Barcelona.
Charging on the heavy punish counter there as well. On the drive reversal.
Love that.
Too far to get a flash kick conversion though. Nice situational awareness there.
Spatial awareness.
Oh,
Down, still had the charge. Punish counter upside down.
oh yeah, the drive run freeze
That was
messed up his jump timing.
This is a great round from Makano.
Don't get hit though.
Shipmaster, they outnumber us 3-1.
All cruisers fire at will. Burn their mongrel hides.
Ming Dynasty Pussy got me acting unwise.
If you've reached this part of the video, comment down below what I should cover next from Chinese history. If you want to help continue Master Rothless into 2024 without
The grid, a digital frontier. If clusters of information were given life on film, what would they look like? With nothing else like it, who would come to see? Over the decades, a small group of creators kept dreaming of a world we thought we'd never see again. And then, one day, we got back in. In 1982, Steve Lisberger and a small group of digital pioneers brought Tron to life for Walt Disney Studios, using effects never before seen on screen for a journey into a computer world's fight for freedom. In 2010, Joseph Kosinski and a massive studio production returned to the grid for a father-son story that gave new life to Lisberger's world in ways that seemed impossible before. In both cases, technological brilliance created devoted cult followings, while tepid box offices kept the studio from expanding a beloved world. But what did it take to bring these visions of Tron to life? And why have they never left the imaginations of fans? This is the legacy of Tron, Disney's most groundbreaking black sheep. The story of Tron begins at Lisberger Studios in 1977, with founder Steve Lisberger and fellow artists pursuing their passion for animation through both short films and commercials that could finance their costly ambitions. And in particular, Lisberger and company latched onto the unique expression of backlit animation, with cells lit from behind through gels that cause characters and logos to glow from within by emanating light rather than reflecting it like a traditional animation cell. This was first fully expressed in the studio's 30-second backlit animation test that served as promo for their work and was sold to several companies as an ad. The character at the center, a glowing neon electronic warrior, Tron for short. The 70s saw the rise of arcade video games popularizing the medium, and the first personal computer, the Altair, developed in 1974. This new wave of digital life inspired the studio to create a story around Tron and a world inside a computer. But first, the studio created Animal Olympics for the 1980 games, and then began shopping around for a studio to finance the production of Tron, after realizing work would cost more than they could ever pay on their own. Enter Walt Disney Productions. As I discussed in my video on the Don Bluth Disney War, the late 70s and early 80s were a strange and struggling time for Disney Studios. Disney had been making live-action films since the 1950s, with family-friendly classics like Treasure Island, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Swiss Family Robinson diversifying the company's film output beyond the animated features that first gave it life. But by the 70s, Disney's priorities had majorly shifted away from animated films and onto live action, with more than 40 live-action movies made in the 70s compared to its 4 animated features, most of which were seen as outdated family pictures from a studio that had fallen behind the times. Of course, the speed at which live-action movies could be made was light years faster than animation at the time, but it was also the mega profits being netted by blockbusters like Jaws that showed Disney what was possible away from pencil and paper. But everything truly changed in 1977 with the release of Star Wars. Disney, like basically every other production company big and small at the time, chased the dragon of sci-fi success afterward. And Disney's biggest bite at the apple was The Black Hole in 1979. But The Black Hole was a dud, making only $35.8 million on its $20 million budget. That's about 15% of what Star Wars made for something that cost twice as much as Lucas's movie. Still, their search for the next sci-fi hit brought them to Lisberger's film. Tron is part sci-fi epic and part fish-out-of-water fantasy, owing as much to then-current video games as classic novels like Alice in Wonderland or A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. And the story follows Kevin Flynn, played by Jeff Bridges, who was attracted to the experimental nature of the production, a disgraced video game programmer whose hacking of tech giant Encom for proof of their wrongdoing causes him to be sucked into the digital world of The Grid. This world inside Encom's mainframe is ruled by the despotic Master Control program, which snuffs out rebels by forcing them into deadly games. Now, the powers of Flynn, a mythical user inside the digital world, the rebel hero Tron, played by Bruce Boxleitner in addition to his user Alan Bradley, and the program Yori, played by Cindy Morgan as well as her user Dr. Laura Baines, fight to defeat the MCP and free the Grid. Overall, the movie's story is very Star Wars, including a villain that observes our heroes from an orbiting ship's control room while serving a higher master, and our heroes being propelled by their belief in a higher power the villains want to snuff out. The light cycle battle, for all its innovation, is a lot like the trench run, including color-coded squads. But Tron's story is mostly a container for the point of the film, a new world and the groundbreaking special effects needed to make it. It's rare that you can honestly say that a movie was truly innovative, creating something brand new and paving the way for generations of creators. But when Tron hit screens, there had been nothing like it before. While Lisberger and team already had many of their ideas for Tron in place when Disney signed on, its visuals hadn't been fully defined. To help, they hired the absolute legends of comic book artist Moebius and industrial designer Sid Mead. In turn, Moebius largely created sets and costumes, as well as the Solar Sailor, while Mead created the vehicles, terrain, and logo. You can really see their iconic looks on display. Moebius's costumes are ethereal and reflect an almost spiritual quality, while Mead's sleek, industrial designs feel like the product of an efficient digital world. Once designed, it was up to the team to bring it all to life. The world of The Grid is part computer graphics, part live-action optical effects. But all of it was the result of groundbreaking innovation and painstaking work that had no shortcuts. To handle the massive amount of work, computer graphics duties were split between Triple-I, Magi, and digital effects, each employing different techniques to bring the world and its figures to life, depending on their specialties, with each scene and sometimes each shot assigned to different companies. And put simply, computer animation wasn't a thing then. Instead, individual frames often had to be designed, then stitched together to create movement. Light cycles were plotted out on axes by hand, frame by frame, and types of objects were limited by the shapes that could be produced by a computer. As for the human actors, they wore skin-tight bodysuits marked up for special effects, and were filmed in an all-black set, originally meant to be all-white like THX 1138, but decided against due to the immense amount of light that would be needed, on black and white film, which was then transferred to large-format Kodalith film. From there, images were reversed, cells were used to black out portions of the image, and then the sheets were laid over a light box for the backlit animation the studio had come to love. The result was that actors glowed like machinery and were composited together with the glowing, sometimes practical, sometimes CGI, world around them. The process was arduous, needing to be done by hand for every frame, and requiring at least 12 passes, and sometimes up to 50, to get every detail illuminated and every facial expression captured. For a movie about the unlimited possibility of computers, human hands were on every inch of Tron to bring it to life. Given the massive amount of work needed and the fact that Tron's team was literally learning on the job, it's not surprising that both the live-action and CGI elements of Tron vary in quality. The practical sets are really cool, like the inside of Clue's tank, and some full CGI set pieces, like the light cycle battle, still excite. But the difficulty in making Tron's signature look come to life is very obvious in certain shots. There's a lot of negative space using pure black background here, and while that can create really striking compositions in film, here it reads as the creative team not having the ability to actually fill up their world due to time, budget, and technology constraints. At times, the editing is choppy, showing the priority in making each shot come to life, and not in making these scenes really flow. But when it does work, it looks fantastic. And all these years later, nothing truly looks like Lisberger's Tron, not even its adaptations or sequel. And that makes sense because no one in their right mind would make a movie like this again. Alongside the digital revolution brought to the screen, Tron was scored by Wendy Carlos, a pioneer in digital music who helped develop the Moog synthesizer, and who came to prominence with her album Switched on Bach. Like her previous film scores, Carlos's Tron score is moody, filled with bright moments, and is much more low-key than you might expect, with Carlos using an analog Moog and the Krumar GDS digital synthesizer alongside the London Philharmonic Orchestra. There's also some kinda nondescript Journey songs in there too. Combined with Tron's futuristic but abstract images, Carlos's score helps the grid feel simultaneously like sci-fi and fantasy. Today, I find Tron to be fascinating but not a great movie. The pacing is poor, the acting outside of bridges is stiff, and the story never really gets to the heights of sci-fi adventure that it aspires to in a similar vein to Star Wars. But I think the world it creates and the visuals it pioneers are still really interesting to take in. The grid is a literalization and personification of the burgeoning technology of the time. Instead of fearing the possibility of AI becoming sentient, it's an idea that Tron embraces to make heroes of the common worker. Those early moments in NCOM, filled with cubicles as far as the eye can see and running on common workers, aren't exciting or really all that interesting. But they illustrate that the totalitarian grip of the grid is a commentary on the modern-day office worker living out a soul-crushing career. By personifying a computer hack and making it into a romantic anti-fascist adventure, well, as romantic as Lisberger's stiff direction can be, Tron becomes a story about the little people winning back their lives and passions, ending with Flynn as a messiah on the grid and an enlightened CEO in the real world.
Reading program!
But it's those moments of visual brilliance that shine in the memory the most, with Tron often working better as single scenes or shots than as a feature film. To some degree, the world of Tron is playing off the same approach as its contemporary video games. The extreme limitations of technology mean that audiences will have to use their imaginations to fill in the world that the game simply can't create. But the potential of the grid is clear. For audiences of the right age, Tron could fill your dreams with adventures in a world beyond ours. Those that were captured by its pioneering technologies never forgot it. In fact, Tron was so pioneering in film that the Academy Awards refused to nominate it for the special effects category, feeling that the creators had cheated by using computers. Use that same outlook today, and no film would be worthy of a nom. You pay the price for going against the status quo, said Lisberger. It's difficult to emphasize enough how terrified of computers and technology people were, and Hollywood in particular. The threat that Tron represented was that somehow computers were going to get involved with movie making, and that they were going to get involved with our lives. Tron would debut on July 9th, 1982, and go on to make $50 million worldwide. Not a flop, but a financial disappointment given its innovation for the company on a budget of $17 million. In fact, 1982 was a sci-fi box office bloodbath in general, with Steven Spielberg's E.T. ruling the year with $314 million, while competitors like The Thing, Blade Runner, Halloween 3, and The Road Warrior all struggled. Still, like many of these contemporary sci-fi underdogs, Tron had a slow but growing cult following, with fans keeping the spirit of the story alive. The difference was that Tron was the black sheep of a massive production company, which meant a double-edged sword of both having the merchandising power to bring Tron back to life whenever they wanted, but also lacking the financial incentive for the company to do anything with it when they had dozens of other properties with humongous built-in fan bases. Why cater to thousands of weirdos dressed up in circuit patterns and helmets when you could milk the millions of Mickey fans? Despite Tron's somewhat muted performance in 1982, Lisberger's film would have a twofold impact in the decades that followed: technological and cultural. Tron's CGI showed other creators what was possible on screen, not just a single structure or object like what had been done before, but an entire world. Tron is largely credited with inspiring the founding of Pixar. Ken Perlin pioneered Perlin Noise, used to create more realistic computer textures for Tron, which gave animators a new tool for creating believable worlds inside the machine. And Wendy Carlos' score inspired a generation of musicians, including Daft Punk. Tron itself continued on through multiple video games, most released in 1982 and bringing the game seen in the movie to life. Tron 2.0 in 2003, focusing on Alan Bradley and his son Jet, with several plot points in line with the eventual sequel, including a program literally called Tron Legacy, and the Grid's appearance as one of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2005. Through it all, a small contingent of fans continued to love the world of the Grid. But the strange experiment of Lisberger's film seemed even stranger as years went by, with nothing else from Disney like it. And after several years of rumors and growing fan support, Disney officially announced a sequel in 2005. With director Joseph Kosinski signing on in 2008, Edward Kitsis and Adam Horowitz writing the script, and the official announcement coming with a mysterious teaser trailer that reflected the future film's aesthetic, with still a lot of design changes to come. With filming completed in 2009, Tron Legacy cost $170 million to make, largely due to the 2 years it took to complete its digital effects, using 10 companies to create 1,565 visual effects shots. The result is a film that feels as cutting edge as the world it's depicting. Tron Legacy starts several years after the original, with Kevin Flynn raising his son Sam only to suddenly disappear. Years later, the rebellious Sam, played by Garrett Hedlund, is sucked into a new grid where the villainous Clue reigns supreme and Kevin waits in hiding, trying to prevent Clue's escape into the real world. Together, the Flynns and the ISO program of Cora, Olivia Wilde, fight through an even more dangerous and dark digital world in a race to escape. Unlike the world of the original, the Grid of Legacy is completely isolated from the real world, turning into a digital Galapagos that eventually sparks its own life. But without human connection, that beauty becomes dangerous. Tron Legacy is one of my favorite movies of all time. And while it doesn't necessarily innovate like the original did, it's this incredible expansion of the world first conceived of by Lisberger, and so much more emotionally resonant.
Goodbye, kiddo.
The moment I first saw it in theaters, and then again in IMAX 3D, I was permanently sucked into the Grid. And that 3D is incredible. Used primarily in the Grid, it's a rare case of the effect being used to its fullest extent at a time when studios were post-converting in the hopes of driving up profits. And it probably goes without saying, but Daft Punk scores one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. It has little in common with Wendy Carlos's original score, but its blend of their electronic work with a sweeping orchestra echoes her approach, just with a modern, brighter, faster, at times more dance-oriented feel. The arpeggios of Son of Flynn, the massive swell of the overture, the glitching electronica of D-Reds, the driving orchestral blend of the end credits. It's an album I've never stopped listening to since I first left that theater. One of the strengths of Legacy, and something that works in direct opposition to the original, is its use of practical sets and lighting, putting actors in tactile locations that give this version of the grid a sense of immediacy, instead of the all-black, empty composites of Lisberger's vision. And in carrying on the spirit of Tron, its actors wear body-molded costumes that glow, using light strips embedded in their full-body suits while walls and buildings emanate the only source of light in a dark, stormy world. It's a fantastic balance between beautiful design and oppressive darkness. The Frisbee identity discs of the original are now a deadly circle, glowing and slicing. And while the light cycle races and disc wars of the original return, everything feels more real, faster, deadlier. It's partly due to the modern pacing and tone of Legacy, but it's also because of the tactile nature of the film. Kosinski, who graduated from Columbia University's architecture school, said, "I wanted to build as much as possible. It was important to me that this world feel real. And anytime I could build something, I went to architecture school with to work on the sets for this film. And hopefully people who watch the film feel like there's a certain physicality to this world that hopefully they appreciate. Knowing that real architects actually put this whole thing together, I wanted the materials to be real materials. Glass, concrete, steel. So it had this kind of visceral quality. More than a decade later, and Tron Legacy still looks incredible. The world feels believable. The effects, which skirt the line between the hyper-clean digital and smoothly tactile, haven't aged beyond clue. A digital de-aging of Jeff Bridges that captured his expressions and then placed them on a stand-in actor. The de-aging is rough. These are still falling into the uncanny valley while using it today. Generally, I think it's excusable because it's almost entirely used for a computer program that has imperfectly copied Flynn. But even then, its use for young, real Flynn is interesting but flawed. Overall, the tone of Legacy is perfect. Serious but fun, with enough emotional heft in the father-son relationship that is never undercut because Kosinski and company really do believe in this world, letting actors like Michael Sheen buoy it up without breaking immersion. If there's a shortcoming, it's that the larger ideas hinted at, like what would happen if the programs escaped into the world, and the ultimate fate of Tron himself, who's barely in the movie as the anonymous mind-controlled Rinsler, are barely scratched. Of course, it seems like these would have been addressed in Tron 3, and after Legacy made $400 million after its release in 2010, not incredible but solid, Disney moved forward with another movie, bringing back Kosinski and crew for a start date of October 2015, only to scrap Part 3 in May 2015, after the major failure of another live-action sci-fi movie, Tomorrowland, that year. The other major factor behind Tron's dark digital world in a race to escape. Unlike the world of the original, the grid of Legacy is completely isolated from the real world, turning into a digital Galapagos that eventually sparks its own life. But without human connection, that beauty becomes dangerous. Tron Legacy is one. The world feels believable. The effects, which skirt the line between the hyper-clean digital and smoothly tactile, haven't aged beyond clue. A digital de-aging of Jeff Bridges that captured his expressions and then placed them on a stand-in actor. The de-aging is rough, but movies are still falling into the uncanny valley while using it today. Generally, I think it's excusable because it's almost entirely used for a computer program that has imperfectly copied Flynn. But even then, its use for young, real Flynn is interesting but flawed. Overall, the tone of Legacy is perfect. Serious but fun, with enough emotional heft in the father-son relationship that is never undercut because Kosinski and company really do believe in this world, letting actors like Michael Sheen buoy it up without breaking immersion. If there's a shortcoming, it's that the larger ideas hinted at, like what would happen if the programs escaped into the world, and the ultimate fate of Tron himself, who's barely in the movie as the anonymous mind-controlled Rinsler, are barely scratched. Of course, it seems like these would have been addressed in Tron 3, and after Legacy made $400 million after its release in 2010, not incredible but solid, Disney moved forward with another movie, bringing back Kosinski and crew for a start date of October 2015, only to scrap Part 3 in May 2015, after the major failure of another live-action sci-fi movie, Tomorrowland, that year. The other major factor behind Tron 3's cancellation was Disney's purchase of Marvel. Now, with multiple Disney-owned Marvel movies hitting $1 billion easy, the modest hit and smaller fandom of Tron wasn't so appealing. Just like the original, Tron Legacy had become the black sheep of modern Disney. Still, tie-ins like the sequel-baiting short Tron: The Next Day, the video game prequel Tron Evolution, which put players in a cool battle through the fall of the grid, the animated series Tron Uprising, and the theme park ride Tron Light Cycle Power Run, gave new and old fans an injection of Tron love that has, unfortunately, in the decades since, dried up. But Tron isn't entirely de-resed at Disney, with news breaking in 2020 that a new Tron movie written by Jesse Wigato and directed by Garth Davis was in development. There were also rumors of Jared Leto's involvement. Please know, will this bring back Sam and Cora? Will the threads of Legacy tie into this new vision? Or will this completely reboot the grid? There's no way to say because at this point, little has been said of Tron 3, and whether it's still in development. Of course, with the massive success of Kosinski and Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick, Disney might be kicking themselves for letting the director out of their grasp. Given how few and far between Tron stories come for fans, it shouldn't surprise you that we're still anticipating a return to the grid, whenever that might come. The announcement of a new game, Tron Identity, for 2023, has reignited fans' hopes because, beyond its groundbreaking filmmaking techniques or vibrant visuals, there are ideas within the world of Tron that really resonate when honed in on. The story of both Trons is the story of a war for independence. The mainframe of the fascistic MCP versus the personal computer of the individualist Tron. The conquering Clue versus the peaceful Flynn. Through both, human characters' discovery of the grid and their interactions with life forms beyond human understanding bring enlightenment and the hope that our technology can improve the human condition instead of worsening it. Lisberger's original movie visually hinted at the similarities between the real world and the grid, with its nighttime city shots, lighting up humanity with glowing neon that insinuated the digital realm, and the grid's inhabitants share a symbiotic relationship with their users. Beyond being played by the same actors, they seem to share some faint memories and emotions with the people who create them. The digital beings of Tron Legacy are their own fully formed individuals, and the only one who shares a likeness, Clue, has been corrupted by Flynn's good but flawed intentions. In the ISOs, the grid has given life to brand new, spontaneously created beings, free from human influence, as real and full of possibilities as a user. As our real world blurs the line more and more with the digital one, the hopes and fears of both Tron and Tron Legacy feel less like pure imagination and more like bold extrapolations of what we're beginning to live out. There's a possibility for so many more stories, but no matter how long it may be until Tron returns, there will always be a little part of me on the grid. Thanks for watching today's video, and my first video of 2023. If you've been following the channel for long enough, you'll know that I did a video on Tron Legacy many years ago.
In the illustrious annals In the illustrious annals of human achievement, alongside Einstein, Shakespeare and Armstrong, stands a titan. Behold a man whose fingers danced on arcade buttons with unparalleled grace.
Ask Billy a question, no cursing. You understand me? Billy Mitchell runs a clean shop.
Hey, if you want, I bet you we could stand here all fucking day and have this going.
I know.
You gotta edit that because I don't cuss.
A symphony of flips and boots, singing a sweet song of victory. In the year of our...
I never questioned Billy Mitchell in the beginning because I believed everything he was telling me. Why would he lie to me or his... close friend.
1982, one name was etched into eternity. First conquering Donkey Kong with a high score so monumental, in the illustrious annals of human achievement. Alongside Einstein, Shakespeare and Armstrong stands a titan.